Academy. Great to have you here with me. Now today I want to speak to you about something that is extremely important. We cannot do without it. In fact, the whole world functions on the basis of it. Without it, the world would just simply not function. And without it, I dare say, you would not succeed in life. You just wouldn't. Now, I bet you're wondering what that is. Today I want to speak to you about relationships. You know, Teddy Roosevelt, former president of the United States, said, the single most important ingredient for success is the ability to get along with people. That is powerful, and that is so true. If you're going to succeed in life, you have to learn the art of getting along with people. And I'm not just talking about people that are like you. I'm not just talking about people that you like. I'm talking about even those ones that you do not like. Because the truth of the matter is, sometimes you have to work with people that you don't like. You have to collaborate with people that you don't like, or people that are different to you. Because they bring something different to the table. They come with a different perspective that you might need. If you surround yourself all the time with people that are like you, guess what? You're going to be stuck with the same sort of ideas. But sometimes we deprive ourselves of that benefit of getting radical ideas or getting thoughts that we will not naturally come out with ourselves, because we just don't want to associate with people that are different to us. We don't want to associate with people that don't speak like us, don't think like us, don't dress like us, they're not like us. But if you're really going to succeed in life, you have to know how to get along with people. Relationships are so powerful, they're so important. Why? Because as human beings, we are relational beings. That's how we were created. We were created for relationship. We're created for love. And when I say we're created for love, I'm not just talking about romance and that kind of love. I'm talking about just we're created to love and to receive love. That's what we're created for. So when we deprive ourselves of that simply because of maybe past hurtful experiences we've had, painful experiences we've had, we hurt ourselves. There are people all around the world today who have shut themselves in, who have built walls of protection because they've had painful experiences in the past, and that is their way of protecting themselves. But you know you're only hurting yourself, because guess what? The fact that you had a painful experience yesterday does not mean you're going to have one tomorrow. And if you shut everybody out on the basis of the painful experience you had yesterday, guess what you're doing? You're depriving yourself of the opportunity of replacing that painful experience with a wonderful, beautiful, joyful experience. You know, statistics have shown actually that people with rich, meaningful relationships, they're happier, they're healthier, they're more productive. And it just makes sense. It just makes sense. Think about it. Where you are right now is as a result of the relationships that you have in your life. It's the truth. Where we are right now is greatly influenced by the relationships that we have in our lives, the people that we have in our lives. Well, you know, today in the UK, actually, we have an epidemic, don't we? We have an epidemic, and it's not measles, it's not mumps, it's not rubella, it's not malaria. It's loneliness. Loneliness is an epidemic in our country today. So much so, we now have a minister for loneliness. A lot of people are lonely, a lot of people are isolated, and of course, it's affecting our mental health. Listen, social media is fantastic. Social media is great. The reason you're watching this video right now is because of social media. But social media is not the answer. Social media cannot replace that real relationship that you can have with people. But unfortunately, all around our world, every single day, relationships break down. Why? Because people just don't put in the energy and the effort to make relationships work. And again, when I say relationships break down, I'm not just talking about love relationships between husbands and wives or partners. I'm talking about relationships between parents and children, between boss and employer, employee and employer, between colleagues, between friends, just all sorts of relationships where they just break down because people just cannot be bothered to invest in those relationships. But I want to tell you that it's worth investing in relationships, because relationships enrich your life and it gives you the opportunity to enrich other lives as well. So I want to encourage you, whatever relationships you have in your life right now, they may be easy, they may be difficult. I want to encourage you to put effort into making those relationships work. Everybody in your life right now is in your life for a reason, and perhaps for a season. But for that season that they're in your life, let the reason they're in your life come forth. Do not stifle it, do not truncate it, do not destroy it just because of past experiences, like I said, or just because you cannot be bothered. Now, why some people struggle, like I said, is because they don't make the effort. Nothing just happens, nothing just happens. The fact that we're human beings and we're relating with other human beings and we're relational beings naturally, like I said, does not necessarily mean you will do well in your relationship. Like everything else, you have to make the effort. You have to try, you have to study it, you have to study the person, you have to invest in it. You have to invest in yourself so that you can be productive in a relationship. So it's not just going to happen, but we don't take the time to actually do a study, for instance, on what makes relationships work. We just think, well, it's just going to work. We're just going to go ahead. And then when it doesn't work, we say, well, it didn't work and that's it. But no, the fact that that relationship didn't work does not mean it wasn't meant to work. Maybe you just did not work it. Maybe you just did not work it. So I want to encourage you, like I said, the relationships that you have right now, cherish them, work at them, and get the full benefit from them. I want to take this opportunity as well to invite you to join my next mastermind group. Now, in this mastermind group, we're going to be looking at what it takes to be a real success. What it takes to be a real success. And every letter of that word real stands for something. R, of course, stands for relationship. I've spoken at length about it, so I'm not going to say anything more about that. But if this whole mastermind group, if this program was only focusing on relationship, it would be well worth it. But guess what? It's not just focusing on relationship. We're looking at 4 factors that you require to be a real success. To be a real success, like I said, you have to succeed in relationships. But not just relationship, you have to succeed in equipping yourself. That's what the E stands for. Equipping yourself and equipping others. Listen, 1 is too little a number to achieve anything of significance. So if you're going to be a real success, guess what? You're going to need a team around you. You're going to need people that you can rely on. Not just any team, a good team. So especially as a leader, you're going to need to learn not just how to equip yourself and the importance of doing that, but how to equip others as well, so that you have a strong team that can realize the vision, whatever the vision may be. A stands for attitude, and you know how important it is to have the right attitude. So many people have failed in so many ventures, not because they didn't have the talent, not because they didn't work hard enough, but just because they just didn't have the right attitude. Listen, if you have the wrong attitude, you're a non-starter. You're going to fail. Absolutely. And we're going to be talking about attitude. Some people have the wrong attitude and they don't even realize it. They don't even know it. Why? Because the level of their awareness is just not high enough. They don't know. They think they're being realistic sometimes, but they don't realize they're being negative. They don't realize they actually have a negative attitude. So we're going to be looking at attitude. We're going to be looking at how it affects us, how it affects others around us, and how it actually self-sabotages us, to be honest. It really self-sabotages us, our attitude sometimes. We're going to be looking at that. We're going to look at leadership. That's what the L stands for, leadership. The ability to self-lead and to lead others. Now, you might be listening to me and you might be saying, well, I'm not a leader, so that one is not going to be relevant to me. You see, that is one of the myths that we're going to be debunking during this mastermind group. Because there's so many people that are leaders and they think they're not leaders just because they don't have a title or they don't have a position. So we're going to be digging into that and really going into what true leadership is and debunking all those myths about leadership. Listen, leadership, your leadership ability is the lead on your success. It really is. So if you raise your leadership ability, you're going to raise your ability to succeed. So I really want to encourage you to sign up to the mastermind group for about the cost of an overpriced cup of coffee per session. You will be getting tremendous value from this group. And I guarantee you, I absolutely guarantee you that after attending this mastermind group, you will will, of a certainty, be able to get on with anybody. I'm not saying you're going to be best friends with everybody. I'm not saying everybody's going to even like you. You will always have haters, but you will be able to get on with anybody. Yes, even that cantankerous person in your office. So click on the link. Spaces are limited. Click on the link. Pick one of the options, whichever fits your calendar, and sign up to the group. And I'll see you in the mastermind group. You take care for now. Bye bye.